Hello everyone, let's have a revision on renal function test. So the questions from these portions are: name the test to measure GFR and define creatinine clearance. Then again creatinine clearance alone have been asked, then urea clearance test. Define clearance, how it is estimated, add an autonomous diagnostic importance. Enumerate two glomerular function tests performed. Define clearance, what are the methods to estimate clearance, what is eGFR, and discuss any formula which calculating eGFR. eGFR means estimated glomerular filtration rate. So you have seen that these are the questions so far have been asked from the renal function test. But if you are classifying the renal function test, which will be divided into usually either urine analysis, then we can estimate the markers of renal function such as estimation of serum creatinine, estimation of urea, or you can find out the blood urea, nitrogen, etc. Then the next category is estimation of glomerular filtration rate, that is GFR. Under that we can see creatinine clearance, inulin clearance, then urea clearance, etc. Then the next classification of renal function test are test of renal tubular function. For example, urine dilution test, then urine acidification test, then water deprivation test. So all these portions which I am not going to take in detail, will be focusing only on the second part, that is the estimation of glomerular filtration rate. Most of the questions have come from this area. The remaining thing you are supposed to learn by yourself. So the glomerular function test, mainly clearance test, renal clearance test, which is known as renal clearance test. These are of creatinine clearance, urea clearance, inulin clearance, etc. So the measurement of the clearance is predominantly a test of glomerular filtration rate. So GFR, which provides the most useful index for the assessment of severity of the kidney damage, and GFR, which provides to understand the index of status of functioning of nephrons. So the excretion of a substance can be expressed quantitatively by using the concept of clearance. So usually a decrease in the renal function is due to the loss of functional nephrons rather than the decrease in the function of individual nephron. So you have to note that point. Decrease in RFT for renal function is due to loss of functional nephrons rather than the decrease in functional individual nephron, function of individual nephron. Then the definition of clearance test, it is defined as the volume of plasma measured in ml that could be completely cleared of a particular substance per minute and is expressed as milliliter per minute. That is the definition. Once again, clearance of a substance refers to the milliliters of plasma which contains the amount of that particular substance excreted by kidney per minute. Clearance C, which expressed as ml per minute. So to find out the clearance, there is an equation C is equal to U multiplied by V by P. So here the C is renal clearance, which is equivalent to glomerular filtration rate of a substance in milliliter per minute, and U, which is the concentration of substance in urine, which is expressed in milligram per deciliter. Then V should be the volume of urine in ml per excreted per minute, and P, which is the concentration of substance in plasma, which is also expressed in milligram per deciliter. So here an ideal filtration marker is always glomerular filtration rate. The clearance of plasma compound which is freely filtered by the glomerulus and neither reabsorbed or not secreted in the tubule. So what are the features to become an ideal filtration marker is that it should be preferably an endogenous substance. That means the measurement of the clearance for the substances which should be already present in blood. That is the meaning of endogenous substance. Then it should be produced normally in the body, should be produced in constant rate, then removed from the body only by the kidney, and there should not be any renal tubular metabolism, and it should be easily and accurately measured. So here you can see the figure which is taken from your own textbook only, which is expressed various substance filtration rate. Inulin, the first is inulin, then glucose, urea and diodrast. So here this pink color which is represented the glomeruli, then PCT, then loop of Henle black, then DCT by blue color. So here you can see that inulin Inulin is completely excreted. It is neither absorbed or secreted from the PCT or DCT, whatever it is. It is completely excreted through the urine. So 125 ml inulin absorbed means 125 ml inulin is excreted through the urine, whereas glucose is absorbed completely from the proximal convoluted tubule itself. There is no excretion of glucose in a normal adult or normal condition. Then urea, which is partly reabsorbed in the proximal convoluted tubule, and some amount is excreted. So out of 125, 75 ml is 75 ml per minute is excreted. And the last one, diodrast. Diodrast, actually you can see that 125 ml per minute if you are administered, it is a chemical substance administered, some amount will be secreted from the PCT. So overall the excretion of diodrast will be 700 ml per minute. So among this, which one is the best ideal filtration mark? You can say that it is inulin, because it is neither absorbed or secreted from the kidney tubules. Now, the definition of creatinine clearance, it is nothing, the volume of plasma in ml that would be completely cleared of creatinine per minute is creatinine clearance. So, the same equation applies here, C is equal to, that is creatinine clearance is equal to UV by P. U is urinary creatinine, P is plasma creatinine, V is the volume of urine excreted ml per minute. And the normal range of creatinine clearance is 90 to 115 ml per minute. Decreased creatinine clearance is a sensitive indicator for a decreased glomerular filtration rate. And the advantage of creatinine clearance, extrarenal factors will rarely interfere. That means diet or temperature and all, it is not interfered. Then conversion of creatinine phosphate to creatinine is spontaneous and non-enzymatic. It is keep on happening in our body, isn't it? Because the creatine phosphate is present in our muscle cells. So, and our daily muscle mass is not that much changed. That is why creatinine production is continuously occurring in human body, which is a non-enzymatic and a spontaneous reaction. The blood level will not fluctuate easily. It is not affected by diet or exercise. A small amount of creatinine is secreted by tubules. So the interpretation of creatinine clearance, decreased creatinine clearance, we have already said, which is an indicator of decreased glomerular filtration rate. Loss of 50% of function of nephrons, which leads to doubling of serum creatinine concentration. That means creatinine, normal serum creatinine level is 0.7 to 1.4 milligram per deciliter. So if you are losing the 50% of functional capacity of nephrons, the level can be doubled. 3 milligram per deciliter serum creatinine means 50% of the functional capacity of the nephrons are getting lost. The importance of creatinine clearance is in the early detection of functional impairment of kidney without overt signs and symptoms. So that means it is not necessary that when creatinine clearance is not decreasing much, before that itself the functioning capacity of kidney might have lost. Changes in plasma creatinine, which may not apparently indicate abnormal function, may show gross changes in the value of clearance. So these are the factors which are affecting the serum creatinine. Some factors which are reducing the serum creatinine, these are low muscle mass, and females, because the muscle mass is comparatively low in females compared to the male. Then malnutrition, medicines like thiazide and vancomycin, these substances can reducing the serum creatinine level in human body. Whereas the factors which increasing the serum creatinine, old age. Usually in old age, the serum creatinine level is slightly elevated. Then males, then renal diseases like glomerulonephritis, pyelonephritis, renal failure, urinary obstruction, congestive cardiac failure, dehydration, shock, then other medicines like amphotericin B, then cephalosporins and kanamycin. All these can cause increase in serum creatinine level. So there is a corrected clearance value with the body. It should be always corrected with the body surface area, that is 1.73 meter square. And one more question was, if you remember, what is estimated GFR, eGFR? So the practical difficulty to calculate the clearance, because we have to collect the 24-hour urine sample and all. So the scientist Cockcroft and Galt, that they have invented an equation to find out the GFR without to avoid all these difficulties. That is known as Cockcroft-Galt formula. Okay, that formula is actually, this is a downloaded one, that is why it is not clear. It is clearly given in your textbook. Please go through with that. Creatinine clearance value is 140 minus AH in years into weight in kilogram divided by 72 into serum creatinine, which is in ml per means total in ml per minute, and which should be multiplied by 0.85 if the candidate is a female. So online, or if you are giving the serum creatinine level, age, weight and gender and all, automatically the creatinine clearance can be calculated. That is known as estimated GFR or eGFR. The equation to find out is Cockcroft-Galt calculator. So the next is urea clearance test. So the normal value is found to be 75 ml per minute. Urea is freely filtered by the glomerulus and passively reabsorbed in the proximal convoluted tubule and the distal convoluted tubule. Urea clearance is between 40 to 70 ml per minute, indicates mild impairment of the kidney function. The causes for increased blood urea are pre-renal condition, renal condition, post-renal condition, which we have already learned in our theory classes. Please go through with that. Then the next is inulin clearance. So inulin is a homopolysaccharide of fructose, which is an ideal substance for to estimate the clearance. Why? Because it is not metabolized in the body. Following IV administration, intravenous administration of inulin, it is excreted entirely through the glomerular filtration, being neither excreted or reabsorbed by the renal tubules. The value of GFR as measured by inulin clearance is 125 ml per minute. And another substance which we can use to find out the clearance test is chromium EDTA, which is also not metabolized by human body. So the best is inulin clearance. So creatinine is the most widely used biomarker of kidney function. It is inaccurate at detecting mild renal impairment because a loss of 50% of the function of nephrons, which leads to doubling of serum creatinine concentration. Levels can vary with the muscle mass but not with the protein intake. Urea levels may change with the protein intake. Why the creatinine is superior compared with the other parameters to estimate the kidney function? They are talking all these things. Then the tubular secretion contributes approximately 20% of the total creatinine excretion by the kidney, and this contribution can increase as GFR decreases. Formulas such as Cockcroft and Galt formula and the modification of diet in renal disease, that is the MDRD formula, try to adjust for these variables. This MDRD I have not taken. You have to just focus on Cockcroft and Galt mainly. And the last marker is cystatin C. I have not asked the question, but sometimes cystatin C as a short note can be asked. It is a protein marker of kidney function, an alternative marker in early detection of kidney disease when eGFR, creatinine or urine albumin may still be normal or borderline, and with few or no symptoms of the cystatin C can be the best marker to understand the kidney function. So the normal level of cystatin is 0.8 to 1.2 milligram per deciliter. Cystatin C is not affected by body mass or diet. Cystatin C is relatively small protein that is produced throughout the body by all nucleated cells and which is found in a variety of body fluids including blood. So it is produced and filtered from the blood by the kidneys and broken down at a constant rate. So it is associated with an increased risk of mortality, cardiovascular disease and heart failure in older adults. Thank you. This is all about RFT. RFT in shortly I have taken. So you have to go through in detail about the normal urine analysis, the checking of parameters in urine that we have already learned in practical classes also. Go through with that. And also tubular function, that is the urine concentration, urine acidification, all those things also can be asked. So please all of you go through with all those questions. Thank you.